Hey, Jeff here from Stealth Seminar, and welcome to the webinar. This is how to create a successful automated webinar in the next 24 hours, the workshop for more sales with less effort. The first thing I want to let you know is that you have some control over your streaming window. You can adjust the screen size, you can adjust the volume on your computer, and if you're watching it on an iPad, iPhone, one of those types of devices, sometimes your default setting is for the streaming window to be the full real estate. So if you want to participate in other ways, like I'll be uploading some links and things like that, then just make sure you reduce the streaming window size. So I'm going to go rather quick through this webinar because I've got two commitments right after this webinar, but I'll make sure you don't miss out on the important stuff. So let's start. Just so I get a feel for where you are and what you've got going on, let's start by me asking you, do you currently give webinars on a regular basis? Let me get a sense of if you're currently doing webinars or if this is something that's going to be new for you. So if you'd like to participate in that poll, just hit yes or no. And I'm sure none of you are on here for your webinar mega bonus, the perpetual weekly event code generator, but I'm going to give it to you anyhow. That is good for Mac and it's good for Windows, and I'm going to give that to you at the end of this webinar. Okay? So let's get a sense of who is on this webinar. Let's see what the poll results are. Okay, cool. The vast majority of you are experienced doing webinars, and some of you are just getting started. I think that if you're just getting started, you're going to learn a tremendous amount on this webinar that will allow you to be successful from the get-go. And if you've been giving them for a while, I ensure that you will also still learn a tremendous amount. In fact, you might learn the most because I'm going to teach you some of the finer details, some of the finer points about doing webinars. So first, with those poll results in mind, let me ask you, would you like to generate profits on autopilot? Would you like to create multiple streams of income? Would you like to build a long-lasting residual income free of the economy? Because you are about to discover how you can create streams of income that flow eternally, automatically, how you can grow your business on autopilot, how you can get up and running easily with cutting-edge strategies that make it all possible. And the key word there for me is easily, because I'm not a tech guy. I don't even know how to install WordPress. So it has to be easily. And all this is done with webinars. Why webinars? Well, because they can be created easily and inexpensively. They are currently the most persuasive marketing tool available online today. They are scalable, and they can also be 100% automated. That's why webinars. And the timing could not be better, because right now there are more users than ever on the internet. There are more people with better computers and higher internet speed access that they're able to watch video and able to watch streaming. Black Friday sales from 2011 to 2012 are up 26%, so people are buying online more than ever, and webinars are more popular than ever. That's why the opportunity is now. And as we go through this webinar, I suppose it goes without saying, but I should say it anyhow. Obviously, this is a demo of Stealth Seminar. This is the exact system that you could use if you signed up for Stealth Seminar. You know, you're not going to go to like a Toyota dealer and test drive like a Ferrari, right? If you're going to go to a Stealth Seminar webinar, then you want to see what the heck Stealth Seminar is all about. And so this is obviously a demo. But throughout the rest of this webinar, what I'm going to do is be demonstrating, well, even before, right, because I demonstrated the poll, but I'm going to be demonstrating Stealth Seminar. So as you watch this, be watching for multiple benefits. First off, to see how I'm structuring the webinar. Secondly, to see some of this, the strategy that I'm using, some of the tricks, the techniques, and also to learn everything you can about this wonderful tool called automated webinars. Okay? So, having said that, you'll be able to watch it and derive that much more value by looking at it from each of those perspectives. Let's jump on and continue on. And from this point forward, obviously, I will deliver it just as if I would deliver it had I not told you that obviously this is a demo of Stealth Seminar. So how did Stealth Seminar come about? Well, simple fact of the matter is I wanted to automate aspects of my business. I was tired of giving the same bloody webinar. And the funny thing was I could not. I couldn't believe it. You may not be familiar with me. If you're not, I've given over 2,000 live presentations. The largest one was to over 25,000 people at a time. I'm a best-selling author. I've got it's usually the top 1 or 2 books on stage hypnosis. I've mentored and trained people around the world. I've created over 85 products. I've appeared on numerous radio and TV shows, and I'm the co-founder of Stealth Seminar. Stealth Seminar was originally created for me, for my business. It was never intended to offer for sale. So I started using Stealth Seminar in my own business. And lo and behold, a lot of people said, "Hey, Jeff, I want to buy that from you." So finally, after a couple of years of turning down their money, I listened to my wife, who's the brains in the family. Her name is Wendy, and we started offering it to others because they saw that we were using automation daily, and they saw that we were achieving more and doing less. And that's what they wanted to be able to do too. Now, obviously, with us allowing people to tap into the power of Stealth Seminar, they can. And let's start this webinar by talking about the 8 main uses of automated webinars, because sometimes people, they don't understand all the different types of uses that are in play with automated webinars. The first thing that comes to mind is always the old sales webinar, and that's certainly absolutely true. A lot of people do sales webinars, but the second use is 100% content webinar. So if you're looking for a great way to develop, your prospect, your client database, there's nothing better than creating a wonderful relationship of providing 100% value. For instance, on this webinar, as I go through and demonstrate these techniques, obviously you're going to get tremendous value whether or not you buy the Stealth Seminar. Okay, so and that's obviously beneficial, mutually beneficial to you and me, because I will be developing that relationship with you, and 2, you will be able to take something from this webinar, the time you spent, and help build your own business. So third is as a bonus product. That's the third use of automated webinars. So if you're doing any sort of product launch or offering any sort of product, you can tap on a automated webinar, and obviously webinars have a tremendous value, much higher value than just say like a video or an audio. The fourth is to as a stick program, to remove buyer remorse. When someone just purchases one of your products, you can insert them into an automated webinar the following week and deal with that. The fifth is actual product delivery. A lot of people are delivering products now with automated webinars. The sixth is with training. The seventh is with coaching. And the eighth way people are using our service is with mentoring. So those are the 8 main uses of automated webinars. So let's look at the 4 main ways people use automated webinars. Sometimes people say, "Well, Jeff, is it unethical to use automated webinars?" And I always say, I think you need to make your own decision about that. I remember I had the same exact conversation with many people when autoresponders first came in the picture. People said, that's unethical to use those. I'll never use those because I'm just dropping people into a sequence that are pre-written and inserting their name. I said, hey, that's fine. Don't use them. We had the exact same decisions that had to be made about fax blasts, exact same decisions made about direct mail. And so, the technology has changed, but you need to do whatever you're comfortable with. But here's the important thing. You should realize that there's four main ways people use automated webinars. And, you shouldn't do anything that makes you uncomfortable, but you don't have to. Here are the four main ways. One, you can act as if your webinar is live with everything being automated. Okay, so that's one way. You can act as if it's live, but then truly have a live chat on your event. The third main way that I see people use Stealth Seminar is to have encore broadcasts at specific times. And then the fourth way is what is called the Tom Antion method, because he's the one that started doing this first. And that is to have a live rebroadcast. Tell your audience that it's a live rebroadcast, but tell them you will be there doing live chat. So those are the four main ways to use automated webinars. So don't do anything that's going to, ethically make you uncomfortable. You don't have to. You can do any of those ways, and all those ways are successful. So what's right for you is, what you should do. Let's get into the 11 quick essentials and tips and tricks for successful webinars. I'm also going to talk about the 3 business killers. These are things that will absolutely destroy your success with webinars. And, I'm also going to talk some about Stealth Seminar and what people find so valuable about our service. There's other options out there, or other things that purport to do what we do, but they're a far cry from it. So one thing that you should know that's very significant is we professionally prepare your files. Your files need to be professionally prepared so they stream correctly. It's not just a video file when you're using Stealth Seminar. You're literally streaming. We're not playing a video. So Stealth Seminar takes that huge task away from you, because you probably are not technically minded. You're probably like me. And secondly, you probably don't know a whole lot about streaming. You're probably like me. And so it's very important that your files get prepared correctly, because if they're not professionally prepared, little tongue twister there, then you're probably going to have attendance issues. There's always going to be some people that have trouble getting your webinar due to their internet speed, or due to the age of their computer, or the age of the operating system. But obviously, the more you reduce that, the more profitable you are going to be. So, number one business killer that I see are people not professionally preparing their streaming files. I'll tell you, for instance, with Stealth Seminar, what we do is we create multiple versions of your webinar. So you give it to us in like QuickTime, or Windows, or MP4, or whatever it happens to be. You give it to us in that. We re-encode it, and we re-encode it so it'll stream in high def on super fast computers, or on low def on low in computers, and we also, we stream it in multiple versions, and we automatically serve it up to the right. I'm not, as you can tell, I'm not the technical minded guy, but we serve it up in the way that that particular person that's accessing it on that particular device is most likely to be able to watch it successfully. So that's one tip. If you're not doing that, then you're going to have more audience attendance issues. You're going to have fewer people that can get on your webinar, fewer people that will obviously convert. Second, prime insertion points. This is another thing that we innovated. Prime insertion point means that you slide people into the sweet spot in your webinar when they arrive late. See, when people arrive late, they don't know how much of your webinar they've already missed. So it doesn't make any difference. For instance, if you've got a 45-minute webinar and they arrived at 30 minutes, they wouldn't know how long they've missed already, right? Because they haven't attended, they haven't seen it. They know it as a number, 30 minutes, but they don't know what you've done. So you need to slide them in right where they're going to convert at the highest level. Think of it this way. You wouldn't probably take like your sales letter and cut off like 75% of it, would you? Of course not. You don't want to do the same thing with the webinar. So you want to make sure you use the prime insertion point to be a success. Third, ITE, interaction. Interaction is very important on a webinar, regardless of what way you decide to distribute it, because that's part of the magic, right? People are interacting or seemingly interacting with you. So it's like sex. You need that, you want that contact, right, with the other person. All of us all day could go on YouTube and watch our favorite celebrity, but I bet chances are great that a lot of us have also slapped money down on the table, bought a ticket, jumped in the car, drove downtown, fought traffic, got into a crappy seat, had a bad view of that celebrity, and still enjoyed the show. That's all because we wanted to feel that magic, that connection, and a webinar is no different. Interaction is key. The fourth fantastic thing that will make your webinars a success are what we call the augmented reality chat box. So this is a real chat box, but let me explain this to you. What happens is every time you do a webinar, people will be entering comments into the chat. They will be the only people that see those comments. So right now, you've probably already typed in comments to those chat box, but no one else that's on it has seen it. You're the only person that sees it. But what you have seen are previous comments that I've pre-approved to show on that chat. So when we do a demo, which I'll do in a minute, I'll show you that chat manager. Obviously, what this does is it creates a lifelike atmosphere, but also does not allow your event to be hindered by any trolls, right? So people can't go in there and kill your sales like I'm sure you've seen. I'm sure you've been on webinars yourself where people start talking all kinds of crap about the person, and obviously that's going to hinder sales. So this is real, but the real is it may have happened last webinar, or it may have happened a week ago, a month ago, or 3 months ago, right? But it's a super cool thing, because what happens is with each webinar, people are interacting with people previous from that webinar that you've approved. Okay, this is another innovation. We innovated this. No one does it as well, and no one does it as well because we also have real-time behavior, RTB. Real webinar precedes live. A real webinar runs, right? It runs. It doesn't go back in time like you're in some time machine. See, what happens is when people are on your webinar, if they leave, if they go to, say, YouTube for 4 minutes, when they return back to your webinar, it should be 4 minutes further in time, right? Of course it should be. If they leave for 9 minutes and go to Facebook and goof off, it should be 9 minutes further in your presentation, right? Well, we are the only person that has the real-time behavior. If people go to YouTube and Facebook and they're gone for 12 minutes, when they return, it's 12 minutes further into the webinar. See, what happens with most other services is it goes back to a fixed point in time. Goes back to just one of two fixed points in time, like you're in some sort of bad science fiction movie. Obviously, you're not going to go see your favorite celebrity, sit in that seat, leave to go to the bathroom, come back out, and then have that person be at the beginning of their show again. No, that's a business killer on a webinar. It's a business killer. If your webinar, when you hit reload, or you could try it right now, you could hit reload, or you could leave and you could come back, it's going to be further in the future, just like it should be. I'm not going to start back at the beginning because that's just stupid. It makes me look like an idiot. Makes you obviously feel weird too. All right. Sixth, MVCA, multiple visual calls to action. Zig Ziglar says, timid salespeople have skinny kids. You're not one of those, are you? No, I'm sure you are not. And you know, I met Zig Ziglar once before he passed on. It was in a hotel hallway. This is very cool, and I'm sure if you're anything like me, Zig had a big impact on you. So we offer you multiple visual calls to action. You can put them under the streaming screen where your conversions will not be as high, or you can put them over to the right. You can put them over to the right up high, down low, in the middle, and you can also put them over the streaming screen. Let me show you what I mean by a visual call to action right now. This can be a like text, or it can be an image. I'll just put this up. And for those of you that want to, go ahead and download that. This is a cool study that that very few people have ever seen or are familiar with. If you've got an internet business, that will be eye-opening. Make sure you read it later on. Okay, I'll leave that up there for a minute, and then I'll take it down so you can see as well. We can remove it. Okay, so if you haven't already, download it, and I'll take that down in a second. The seventh thing about Stealth Seminar that's super cool is there's no hidden fees or extra surprises that you find out. You don't have to do any FTPing. You don't need a webmaster. There are no hosting fees. There are no streaming fees. See, with a lot of other services, actually with all other services that I'm aware of, and I'm aware about all of them because most of those people that started those services, were inspired by us after being members of our they also, what they require is you to get like an Amazon S3 account where you're paying fees. You have no clue how much that's going to be at the end of the month. You're also needing to do a lot of your own technical work. We don't have any of that. So what you've got with Stealth Seminar is one all-inclusive fee. No games. The eighth thing, which is really important in order to be a successful webinar, is that you have a service that will be attendable by iPad, iTouch, iPhone. There are over 315 million of these devices, and you want to make sure that your automated webinar system works on those devices. The other thing to know about that is that tablet owners are the biggest spender online right now. In fact, these sorts of devices account for 20% of all sales online. What that means is that 1 out of 5 sales online are with one of these types of devices. And I told you they're big spenders. They spend 21% more than the average person with a computer. So if you've got an automated webinar right now that does not allow those types of devices to get on correctly, it's a business killer. It's going to hurt you. It's a 20% hit in your income if people cannot attend your event as if it's a congruent live automated webinar, okay? I mean, think about this. Obviously, all of us have different sizes of business, but, for every $10,000 in business in automated webinars you do, if you do not allow those sorts of devices to attend correctly, you're taking a $2,000 hit. For every $30,000, you're taking a $6,000. For every $100,000, you are losing $20,000. For every $300,000, it's costing you $60 grand. That's a big number. The ninth big, wonderful thing that we have going for us in Stealth Seminars, we've got outstanding customer support. In fact, we set your events up for you, and we always seek to do that within 24 hours. Now, obviously, if you're going to get into super customization, we're going to talk about that later, then it's going to take longer. But the typical event is set up for you in 24 hours. And you can always see our average ticket response time on the front of our website. We show you the last 7 days, the average ticket response time, so you know when you're going to be, or at least with a high likelihood, getting response back, and it's quick. The 10th cool thing about Stealth Seminar is you've got live event capabilities. So your attendees literally never know if it will be recorded or a live event because they look exactly the same. We're the only system in the world to offer both. Some other systems offer this, but it's like it looks totally different. It's literally a different service. It doesn't look anything like the same. We started doing this first, and innovating this, and obviously some people will always come along and try to but we're the only service where it literally looks exactly the same. And the 11th thing about Stealth Seminar is it's fully customizable. I told you we seek to set up every event within 24 hours, but if you get into higher customization, then obviously it's going to be something that's going to take you longer. For instance, we have tons of templates that I'm going to show you in a moment. But if you want to, you can create literally your own registration pages from scratch. That would be something you do on your own. You can create your own thank you pages from scratch. You can put your events, your registration pages, your thank you pages on your own domain. That doesn't mean that you get Stealth Seminar put on your domain. What that means is your events, your registration pages, your thank you pages can all exist on your own domain. So those are all the customizations we offer. We offer everything. No doubt right now what you're seeing, what you're experiencing, you think looks like crap, and that's fine. What you're experiencing, what you're seeing, what you're on right now is more than likely the control or a test against a control. So, it's funny. Maybe like a year and a half ago, I had a guy, and he's like, Jeff, that's just like the worst webinar. You could do way better than that. And the very same guy, the very same day, rather, I had another guy who is one of the top marketing people. I don't want to mention his name. The very same day, I had that guy. I was talking to him on the phone, and he's like, hey, what does that webinar convert at? So, you want to make sure you're asking the right questions. And the right questions are oftentimes not, they're not always obvious, right? So you're always better off to ask questions rather than come to conclusions. And the right question, usually when you see something, is this person a savvy marketer? Are they testing? If they are, then you know that what you're seeing works. And could it be fancier? Could it be better? Absolutely. But you know what? For me personally, I'm not saying it's not the same for you, because everything's about testing. The fancier, I could make this thing look like the Titanic all day, but it hurts my sales. It doesn't improve them. So here's the thing. The way it's looking right now, you could change all that. You can change everything. You've got full control. No doubt you would make it look different if you get into serious customization where you're creating your own registration pages, your own thank you pages, putting it on your own domain. That's going to take you longer. So right here is a killer testimonial video, which I'm not going to play for you because of time. But Darius says sales have increased 24% just from using Stealth Seminar. How would you like your sales to increase 24%? Here's Tom Antion. I've made about $30,000 extra this month alone because of Stealth Seminar. Now, Tom said two things that were really super cool, and I couldn't decide which one I liked better. The second one was the most lightning fast and helpful customer service I've ever experienced. Thank you, Tom. Here is a video from Ross Hamilton, which I'm not going to play you, but he had a lot of experience with other stuff. Other automated webinar systems. All that crap I used was a complete and total waste of time. And here are some pictures. Here is my wife and my son out on vacation. Here's me panting for gold with my son Riddick. Here is my wife and my son in San Francisco. Here we are at an AC/DC show. Obviously, while we're doing this, my automated webinars are running. I'm making income. Here's my son at the ocean. While we're there, I'm generating income. Here we are at a vacation house in Sedona. While we're there, I'm generating income. And you can do the exact same way. We're going to take a Stealth Seminar tour here real quick. But first I want to answer some questions that have come in. So let me just go over this. Do you make the webinars inside the system or outside? No, you make it however you want to. You don't make the webinars inside our system. So you can, you could make it with like a flip camera. You could make it with an iPhone. You could make it with a Keynote or PowerPoint, and then what you would do is record it with like in Camtasia or ScreenFlow or whatever you use. So whatever you've got, most of you probably already have things. For instance, if you already have maybe you've got some teleseminars you want to automate, all you do is add an image to that, and you turn it into a video file. That image is typically going to be a picture of whoever's on that. So if I were doing it, then it would just be a picture of could be this picture right here. And it could say, presentation speakers. And it could be Jeff Ronning. That'd be how simple it is. Does it work with affiliate programs? Yes, Still Seminar works with all affiliate programs. ClickBank, Infusionsoft, iDev, One Shopping Cart, any typical sort of affiliate program, absolutely. If you've got something weird and strange and you've made it yourself, we just have to test it and see. But if it's like most, we've never had an affiliate program we couldn't work with. What format does the video have to be? The video can be any format you want except some sort of funky proprietary codec. So if it's like a funky proprietary codec where it's only supposed to work with that specific vendor, then obviously we can't use it. So the only time this ever comes up is if you have a GoToMeeting. There's different ways you can record it. You can record it in a standard format, or you can record it in a proprietary GoToMeeting codec. Now, if you've got that proprietary codec, then what you need to do is you need to switch it to a standard one first, and we teach you how inside the knowledge base. And then, of course, what you do is you upload it, as I told you, and then we encode it into all the different files, and that's it. No, you don't have to use any Amazon S3. We pay for all the hosting. It's one fee. It's all inclusive. How do you answer questions when this is pre-recorded? Good question. I will answer that for you later. Yes, you can have an attendee list. They can be American names. They can be any names you want. You can make all those names whatever you want. Do we have any suggestions for setting up events? Absolutely. We've got tons of templates that are extremely successful. So I'll show you that in a minute. If you already have a registration page, great. You can use it. You can absolutely use that. How hard is it to set up? It's super simple to set this up because I recommend you not even set it up. What I recommend you do is you have Still Seminar Support set it up because they've done literally thousands of events. And so why not let them do it? It's free, and it'll be done right away, very promptly. This will work with any autoresponder whatsoever, MailChimp, Aweber, One Shopping Cart, Infusionsoft, Office Autopilot, you name it, it'll work with it. You can add any field you want on the registration page, so if you want a mandatory phone number, absolutely. If you want this to be in a different language, absolutely it can be in a different language. So, if you're, we have tons of international customers. So let's jump in. Are you ready to check out Still Seminar? Let's do it. Even if you're not, because I got to end this webinar real soon, because I got something to do for my wife. Okay, so let me just get on the internet. Okay, here we are. We are on the internet. This is the interior of Still Seminar. This is a control panel, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you would add your webinar content. What you would do is browse to your file, hit upload. It'll upload it. Obviously, if it's a longer file, then it's going to take longer to upload. And then what you would do is you would decide, is my video file, is it more in the shape of like a square, what is called 4:3, or is it widescreen? You'd select it, and then you would determine which size it is just by looking at the file. Then you hit Generate Webinar. Now what it's doing is it's making multiple versions so that when your attendee shows up, it's going to automatically serve up the version that is appropriate for that attendee. Now let's create the event. So we'll create a demo here. We'll have this be the file. We would choose the date, the time, and we'd hit Save Webinar. And these are the icons that control all the aspects of Stealth Seminar. So this, if I want to see what it's going to look like when people attend, I could hit the preview button, and that'll show us right there what it's going to look like when people attend. If I want to see what it's going to look like when people attend the countdown clock, then I can show this. So this would be after they're already registered. That's what that page looks like. If I want to see the registration page, I can look there. Here's the registration page. If I want to change that, obviously all this stuff is editable. If I want to change that, then what I can do is hit the edit button. And I'll just go down to registration page. So let's just choose, obviously I've got all kinds of, I'll just show you a preview of all the different registration pages. These are all the built-in templates. So you've got tons of choices. These are the highest converting templates that we have created. So to show you how simple this is, I'll just go to like that, okay? Obviously I could change all this stuff, update seminar, and you'll see now if I go back to the registration page, it looks totally different, right? So you can, it's very simple to do. I mean, it's super simple. Just a matter of doing that. That's it. But again, I recommend you just have Stealth Seminar Support do it because it's free and they've done a ton of these. So that's it. That's how simple it is. Obviously, you've got a lot of other options here. You can choose your webinar content. You can change your scheduling. You've got ClickBank. You've got calls to action. You've got all kinds of automation. And so what I recommend is you just have Stealth Seminar Support set it up. And in order to do that, all you do is hit Help, go to Event Creation Assistance, say, hey, I'll just click it for you. And this will automatically submit a ticket on your behalf, and they'll send you a questionnaire, and you'll answer those questions, and they'll set up your event how you want to. Let's see. Oh, I also told you I was going to show you the chat log. Here's an example of a chat log. So here, right here, are people that have been in past webinars. Now, this says minus because, you know, people can start using chat early before the webinar. So you'll, as you go through here, you'll see all these people, and nice job, Jeff. This is so live. Very cool. Thank you, Leslie Ann. So you know, and you'll see people obviously communicating with people that have been there in the past. So you could choose to delete these things, you could choose to leave them there, or you could choose to approve them. If you leave them there without doing anything, they'll never run on future webinars. If you delete them, obviously they're gone. If you approve them, then they will run on future webinars. So for instance, let's just go to a comment here. Okay, Chris says, let's make some money at 7:05. So at 7 minutes and 5 seconds of every future webinar, that would pop up on that particular event. Okay? So that's simple. That's cool, huh? And even if they hit reload, remember? Even if they hit reload, they leave, they come back, it's always stable. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to get flaky, like some people ask me about having a problem with other systems doing. So that's it. That's it. That's Stealth Seminar. And it's a nice, mature product that has been around now for years. And let's go back over here to Keynote. This is Sean Malarkey, probably someone you know. Stealth Seminar is directly responsible for approximately $500,000 in extra business this year. That's nice, huh? Nick Natton, someone else you probably know, freed me up to do other things. That's what this is all about, right? Leveraging. So let me answer some more questions, and then let me open up. If you would like to take advantage of Stealth Seminar, join us, give us a try, then I'm going to open it up so that you can in just a minute and give you a wonderful offer. Does this integrate with different shopping carts? Absolutely. You can use any shopping cart. You use PayPal, whatever you want. What you do is you just put the link into the call to action area. It pops up, and then that's it. Facebook templates. Yes, we do have Facebook templates, so you can use the Facebook templates for registration. The webinar can be on your own website. This system works with all autoresponder systems. How does this system compare to others? It really doesn't, because this is a bulletproof system. The majority of the people prefer our system, I guess, for three specific reasons. One, first off, we have exceptional help. So you get help, we create your own events. Two, we have real-time behavior. No one else has real-time behavior. So if you hit reload on their events, it always goes back to a fixed point in time. And the third, there's no surprises. There's no hidden fees. You're not paying. You pay one all-inclusive price to us. So you don't have with other services, you don't really know what your bill's going to be. And then, of course, the fourth reason that people really like is that we're proven, stable, mature software. So you don't have to worry about our system running. In fact, we guarantee our system will work. As odd as it sounds, no one else guarantees their system will even run. And, so, and I could get into a lot more, but we've talked about the 11 things, and very few of the other systems even come close. Some purport to do some of those things, but they don't do them really correctly because they don't even have the real behavior. If you don't have the real behavior, then you can't have the chat timed right or anything else. You can customize this for other languages. Yep. You can split test. You can work with Infusionsoft. We have different plugins. So, like for instance, you can use any autoresponder, any CRM system you want, and you can use that for free as it operates out of the box. Okay. Now we also have some plugins that add functionality to those CRM systems and those autoresponders. So think of it this way: if you want to just use Aweber as it is out of the box, then you don't need a plugin from Stealth Seminar. You just use it as it is. If you want to use Infusionsoft as it is, just as it is out of the box, then you don't need a plugin. There's no added cost. If you want to add functionality to those or any other of the plugin type services that we offer, then there's going to be an extra cost. And that extra cost is going to run $29 per month to $59 per month. Okay? But that's your choice. If you're happy with what those things do, then you don't need the plugin. And certainly don't make the plugin decision now. Just get in there, play, get your events up and running, and then if you decide you want the plugin, then you add it later. And like everything, there's no contracts. This is month to month. You have no risk. Capacity. Right now what I'm offering you is capacity for up to 100 automated webinars per month with up to 150 attendees per webinar. Okay? I'm going to talk to you about larger capacity later, but that's what I'm going to offer you. And if you want to upgrade it, you can always upgrade it, and I will show you the pricing on that. So let's talk about this offer. First off, you should know you've got a double guarantee. I don't want your money if you're not using this system and you're not profitable. That's why we have a double guarantee. Guarantee number one, anytime in the first 30 days you want a refund, just ask. We'll give it to you for no reason. It doesn't matter. Guarantee number two, use this system for a full 60 days. Show me something did not work like it was supposed to work, and I'll give you a 100% refund. If you come from another system, and oftentimes when people are trying to decide, Jeff, I'm really having a hard time either deciding your system or this other system, I always say, hey, if you're uncertain, and you're really uncertain, go on the other system's demo and, just do some basic stuff like your customers will do. Just hit reload or view it on an iPad, and see. And I think it'll be immediately clear. If you still can't If you still can't tell, in fact, a lot of them don't even have demos using their own system. But if you still can't tell, then I say just sign up for the other service. And then that way, when you come over to us, you will be blown away. You'll want to double the amount of money you pay us because of the stability of our software and the quality of our service. But you are protected with one 30-day guarantee plus a 60-day on anything that did not work. So you have absolutely no risk. On this webinar, I'm going to make you a special offer. Registration is just $197. That includes your first 30 days. After 30 days, then your monthly fee is just $69.95. Okay? So you've seen what Stealth Seminar does. You've experienced it right here. Let me ask you this. If you put Stealth Seminar into play and really automated your webinars or used it in one of those 4 ways that allowed you to leverage yourself, if all Stealth Seminar did was sell 2 measly extra items a month, would it be worth that fee? $197 your registration and first month, $69.95 each month thereafter. No contracts, cancel anytime. 60-day guarantee. If all Stealth Seminar did was sell 2 measly items per month, would it be worth it? What if all Stealth Seminar did was sell 2 measly extra items per week? Would that be worth it? What if all it did was sell 2 measly extra items per webinar? Would that be worth it? If the answer is yes, then I'm going to invite you to get started now. And I want you to get started now for some very specific reasons. One, the door is open. We control how many people we let in. There's a number of reasons for that. It's a mixture of, obviously, we found it to be the most profitable way to offer Stealth Seminar, and it's also the most valuable way for us from a customer service standpoint. Since we track all our customer ticket time response times that you can see on the front of our website, we are tremendously, I'm not anal about a lot of things, but I am a little bit anal about support. I like quality support myself, and I want to give it to you as well. So reason number 1 for you to act right now is our door is open. Reason number 2 is you're going to get this software. You go click the link, sign up, get Stealth Seminar now. You're going to get this Perpetual Weekly Event code. You're also going to get the Perpetual Daily Event code. Those last 2 things have nothing to do with Stealth Seminar. So if you sign up for Stealth Seminar and end up canceling, you still got that software. You can use it with other programs. Stealth Seminar has this built in. So you've got the doors open. You've got those 2 pieces of software. The 4th reason is because you're going to get an invite to a special Stealth Seminar Power Class. If you can't make it in person, I'll send you a replay link. What I'm going to do right now after this webinar is I've got to do something real quick with my wife, and then you and I are going to get on the webinar, the Power Class, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can get started in the fastest, most efficient, most powerful way possible so your event can be up and running in 24 hours. And if that wasn't enough of a reason, there's also reason number 5. You're going to get killer webinar email template campaign swipe files. These are awesome. I've had some of the biggest names in internet marketing, in real estate, in dating, in investment, compliment me on these, and you're going to be able to get these and use them. And finally, if you needed any other reason to act right now, I'm also going to discount that $197. I'm going to take $100 off. So you're going to be able to get all that for just $97. So here's what we got, folks. You've got the Perpetual Weekly Event Code event software. You've got the Perpetual Daily. You've got the Stealth Seminar Power Class. You've got the email templates and swipe file. You've got the Stealth registration. That's a total value of $655. You are protected with a double guarantee, and all I'm asking you for is to slap down $97. This is Davin Michaels. You're probably familiar with him. He runs multiple businesses, extremely successful. System works flawlessly. That's another video I turned off just to speed up this webinar. Here's another guy named Frank Kern, another fan. Um, Easy to use, it's reliable, and it works. Here's Amy Porterfield, a terrific marketer. Your customer service is wonderful. I love Stealth Seminar. So folks, sign up for Stealth Seminar, but if you're a little hesitant, then I want you to realize you've got two options. Both options, you got two roads you could go down. Both options may be, right for you. You could go down road number one. Option number one, you could keep doing things the same way you're doing them. If you're not doing webinars, you could keep not doing webinars. If you're doing webinars live, then you could keep doing that. You're probably doing a lot of manual labor, probably not leveraging yourself, but you could keep doing the things that you're doing. And that is one road you could go down. Or you could go around another road, and that's option number two. And that is to just simply try Stealth Seminar. You've got nothing to lose. We've got a double guarantee. We'll set up the events for you. There's no, hey, here's another guy that's a fan, Max Simon. Stealth Seminar is one of our best kept secrets. We literally use it every week to generate thousands of dollars. Thanks, Max. So try Stealth Seminar now, and when you register, I'll send you an invite to the Power Class. And remember, if you can't make it live, I'll also send you a replay. One thing, I want you to sign up before it's too late. Here's a video of Keith Livingston say, do it once and have it generate money indefinitely. That is right, huh, Keith? So now's the time to sign up. And I know that some of you are like, okay, Jeff, but those 5 bonuses were cool. I would sign up. I want to try it. I'm sold on your service. Just give me one more reason. All right. For you, here you go. Reason number 6. I will give you some wonderful high-impact video background animations that you can use on your webinars. These are absolutely high impact. They're wonderful. You will use those. So now let's look at this. We've got the Perpetual Weekly, Perpetual Daily. We've got the Power Class. We've got the email templates and swipe file. We've got the Stealth registration. You've got a double guarantee, and we've got the media shock effects. So that's $702 worth of value. You're covered by the double guarantee. But maybe you're saying, but Jeff, wait a minute. I also do some live events. All right. If you do some live events, I will also toss in Stealth Live functionality when you register now. Okay? I can't do any better than that. Even if we just say that live functionality has a value of $40 a month, that's an additional $480 a year. Now you've got me at a total value of $1,182, and you're going to get it all for just $97. That's it. So that's the end, folks. I hope to see you at the Power Class. I hope you've gotten tremendous value out of this webinar. I think if you've watched how I did this webinar, then you learned from the perspective of how to give your own webinars, both automated as well as live. And in addition to that, if you just attended, I think you probably increased your knowledge tremendously about automated webinar systems. I hope, for whatever reason you attended, I hope you found tremendous value, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you all very much, and I will see you again real soon for those of you that registered on the Power Class. Take care. Oh, I just about forgot 3 quick things. First off, how do you answer questions on an automated webinar? I'll tell you how to do that. The second thing is your free software. Here is your attendance bonus. You can download that there. The third thing is, if you want to see how much our expanded plans are, the ones above 150 simultaneous attendees, then just click the link to sign up now. And then when you go to the Stealth Seminar registration page, on the left-hand column at the bottom, you can click that and it'll show you the upgraded member plans. What a lot of people do is if they are if they know they're going to have a big launch coming up, then they'll upgrade their account. And then when that month's over, they'll downgrade their account. So there's no contracts. You can move the things as you need it. We don't upgrade you automatically. You have to manually upgrade yourself. So the third thing, how do you answer questions on an automated webinar? Well, after you've given a presentation a time or two, you'll know exactly what the questions are that will be asked. And so what you do is you answer those questions during specific times, just like I've done during those Q&A sessions. Instead of me saying, oh, Tina wants to know if Stealth Seminar will work with one shopping cart, I say, oh, here's some questions about autoresponders. Yes, we work with any autoresponder whatsoever. You can work with one shopping cart, Aweber, MailChimp. It doesn't matter. Any of them we are compatible with. So that's all you do. That's how you answer questions, even on an automated webinar. I want to thank you all very much for joining me, and I will look forward to seeing those of you that signed up on the Power Class shortly.